The weather is, well, we had a good run, I'll put it that way. You can see, can you see? It's quite bright right here, but you can see there's just wave after wave of nastiness that keeps coming in, and then it gets sunny. I mean properly sunny, and then it rains, and then it's sunny again, and it's cold too. But look, I'm still at it. Yesterday I prepped both inner wheel arches, but in the engine bay, and painted them. Like, this cover has been on and off. Like yesterday it was on and off, I don't know how many times, just on and off and on and off, and I was jumping into the shed and doing other stuff, just trying to keep going. It's very difficult to create content with this kind of weather because the light just keeps changing, and the footage just is horrible. And you've noticed that probably in the last couple of episodes, where it's not smooth. It just makes the stop motion very not smooth. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to talk to you about that and something very important. But first, look at the lights. They seem to go, the outer two headlights on these things seem to go. But I found a guy, I'm going to do a dedicated, where am I? I'm going to do a dedicated Jaguar update and episode, I think. I'm going to cram a lot of stuff into one episode about the Jaguar. But I found a guy, we had some really cool antics. I got some headlights. I've just put a battery into it, and I haven't tried yet, but let's try and start it, because it should, my god, don't tell me the keys are in there. No, they're not. It should start. It should be on the button now. Let's just see. So, oh, by the way, I would call this exploratory. There's no real reason for me to be in here taking all this stuff apart. I'm trying to dry the car out. It's not particularly wet, it's just a bit damp, and I'm just kind of having a look. And I'll tell you this much, there is nothing to these cars. There is nothing in here. In fact, I see parallels, like parts parallels with the Range Rover. People look at Jags and they think, oh, it's full of electrics. They're not really any more full of electrics than any luxury car of that era. So there's nothing to them. And like I said when I was talking about wiring on the Esprit and stuff, it's all just, each system has its own little circuit, and most circuits are just two wires, or kind of a multiple of two wires, if you get me. And then you have relays and switches and stuff like that. So there's nothing to this car. There really isn't. Yeah, there's a lot of wiring, but that just means you just have to know what colours you're looking for or where they're going. Anyway, let's see what this thing does now. Well, we've got positive noises so far. Oh, nothing. I think it's the inhibitor switch. I'll just give that a kick. No. Hang on a sec. I'm going to literally see if I can put this down. I'm going to crank it while fiddling with the inhibitor. That's as good as that's getting. Where is it? There. Oh my god, now we've got nothing. Oh, there we go. This inhibitor switch is definitely dodgy. There's something going on with it. It doesn't want to stay. Okay. Oh, it's not in park. It's not in park. What a ninny. It wasn't in park the whole time. Idiot. Oh, come on. There we go. Running Jaguar. That took way longer than it was supposed to. So I'll talk to you about other things. Yeah, I want to do a kind of dedicated episode probably on the Jaguar, because I'm going to retrofit cruise control. Okay, Jaguar's not very happy. We'll make it happy. Retrofit cruise control, fit those headlights, just do a bit of sprucing up. It's really quite a nice car. I'm going to pull this headliner out of it and replace it, because I've realised, are you going to be able to see this? That little alarm jobby, I can't get you close enough to it. Can you see any discoloration on it? Like rust coloured? And then on this seat I realised that there's a rusty streak running down the seat where that thing has been dripping on it. And then that's directly below where there's that little tiny blip of rust in the roof. So something was clogged and the roof was filling up, and it was running out of the headliner, and obviously down the pillars as well, out of the headliner, and filling the car up. And that's actually where the water is coming from, because the two front drains from the sunroof were clear. There was nothing wrong with them. So that's the story there. I have to pull that out. It's covered in mold anyway, and they're available. I mean, it won't be this month or next month that I can afford one, but they're available and they're not crazy expensive. Now, here's the important thing, and I thought you might find this interesting, and maybe you'd be inspired by it too. Somebody on Reddit, which is a platform I don't use. In fact, I had to go and kind of read up about how Reddit works. I know Reddit is a huge community of people, global community, absolutely massive. I think it's something like the 4th most popular website in the United States, and did it read that it was 18th or something in the world? Anyway, it seems to be just a collection of forums, and then things are posted to the forums. Content, essentially, it's about discussing content or finding content, and somebody will post something or offer something, and then everyone else will either vote it up or vote it down. It's like the thumbs up and thumbs down on YouTube, except it's a number. There isn't a thumbs up or thumbs down. The number goes up if people are only voting it up, but it'll go down if there are down votes. So it's the cumulative number of all of the ups and downs, right? So it fluctuates and it can go up and down. And someone posted 2 days ago the promo episode of the series, the channel trailer, and the channel has had almost 600 subscribers in those 36 to 48 hours. Now, if there are 100 new subscribers between an episode, and between an episode can be either a week or 2 weeks, depending on how good I'm being, I am happy enough. There is enough forward momentum to keep me happy. I mean, I'm biding my time. Obviously, I'm hoping there will be a tipping point. But 602 days, you can see then. If I'm talking about 102 weeks, 602 days is huge. It's a big deal. And it proves a couple of things. It proves that Soup is good enough to attract people. And it proves, more importantly, that the reason the subscriber number is lower than we all think it should be is because nobody knows about it. You know, it hasn't been seen by enough people, and it's just getting it to those people. So I'm kind of saying, I'm saying it to you because, I mean, if I'm honest, I'm saying it to you because if you're on a forum, or because I know myself, I don't go around shouting about things. I'm not talking about Soup, I'm just talking about as a car guy on the internet. I don't go around about shouting on stuff, because you really sometimes, even when you feel strongly about something, it doesn't cross your mind to go and tell a load of other people. You're just excited about having found it. But there you go. One guy posted it on the right subreddit, which is a subcategory of Reddit, and a lot of people saw it. There are 1 million subscribers to this particular subreddit. By the way, if you don't know Reddit, and I don't, but I've realized enough to know that all subreddits, it's the web address would be r as in Reddit / and then the name of the subreddit. So the one that it was posted in is r / artisan videos. So this is a category on Reddit that is supposed to be for people who have found a really cool but artisanal video, as in something that's been really beautifully produced with care. So I'm very chuffed that it was stuck into that subreddit, because whereas I do work really hard at it, and it is certainly in production terms a labour of love, it's still not the greatest, because I'm kind of double jobbing. It's rough and ready in the realm of artisanal videos, if we want to call it that. It's rough. Soup is rough. It's not as beautiful as it could be if I wasn't stretched so thin. Anyway, besides the point. And there have been some really good comments under it too. You know, some people saying, "Oh, I've been watching it for a while," and other people saying, "Oh, it looks really good," and even there's a wow there, and there's a few, one or two people who are now nitpicking at the fact that the guy posted the channel trailer, so it's an ad, and an ad can't really be considered an artisanal video. And I'm kind of in two minds about whether I should make a registration onto Reddit and go in and put in one of the other episodes. And then I started wondering, well, what episode will I put in if I did put in, to kind of show that it is very much in the realm of a labour of love in production terms. Anyway, I thought if you're on Reddit that you might want to know about that and go and check it out. It's been posted on Reddit before, I believe. It just obviously never got, it didn't hit with the right people. And in the realms of Reddit, by the way, it hasn't hit. I mean, it has at the moment something like 240 votes, as in upvotes. But the trending stuff on Reddit is in like 20, 30, 40,000 or more upvotes. That would be main page on Reddit kind of stuff. So there you go. That's the deal. This car, I thought it was going to be a bit happier than it is. I'll try it again. There you go. It just started straight up. That's it. I'm going to put this up so that you can see it. I'm going back to try and get a bit of work done on the Range Rover. Since we've been talking, it is now kind of spitting rain again. I think with those inner arches on the Range Rover painted, it doesn't really matter anymore, you know what I mean? I mean, it's going to get wet as soon as I start driving it anyway, so a couple of little light showers of rain isn't going to kill it at this point, and I just need to keep working. So that's what I'm going to do. I will see you really, really soon. As soon as I can get enough content for an episode done, the Range Rover should be running. The only real question mark now with the Range Rover is the boot floor, because it has some holes in it that it shouldn't have in it, and I've bought an aluminium kind of brazing welding kit, with rods to use with the blowtorch, but I've never done that, and the internet makes it look really easy, but we know the internet does that to things. So I'm looking forward. I'm a bit of trepidation, but I'm looking forward to get stuck into that. So that's the story. I will see you soon. I'll talk to you then.